Welcome to the course. The topic of this lecture is information gathering. It is a legal disclaimer. In this course, the demo will be attempted only inside internal network and web application. Most of the attacks described in this course are illegal, so only try it in your own network and web application. We will not responsible for any actions performed outside your own lab environment. Okay, let's start with what is information gathering. Information gathering is the act of gathering different kinds of information against the targeted victim or system. Actually, it is the first step or the beginning stage of ethical hacking, where the penetration testers or hackers can be black hat or white hat, are performed information gathering. This is a necessary and crucial step to be performed because more the information gathered about the target, more the probability to obtain relevant results. Actually, information gathering is not just a phase of security testing, it is an art that every penetration tester and hacker should master for a better experience in penetration testing. There are various tools, techniques, and websites, including public sources such as Whois, NSLOOKUP, that can help hackers to gather information. This step is necessary because while performing attacks on any target, you may need any information like his or her best friend's name, his age or phone number to perform password guessing attack or other kinds of attack. Therefore, mastering the information gathering process is one of the ultimate goals of any cybersecurity researcher. Objective. What are the objectives of information gathering in cybersecurity? Any basic cybersecurity information gathering process often includes these two types of data collection goals. First one is collecting network data. It can be public or private data. They may be associated domain names, network host, public and private IP addresses, routing tables information, TCP and UDP running services, SSL certificates, open ports, and many more. Second one is collecting system related information. This includes user enumeration, system groups, operating system host names, operating system type, system banners, etc. Information gathering techniques. Actually, ethical hackers use a variety of techniques and tools to get this precious information about their targets, as well as locations and data collection software they will be using towards the information gathering goal. Let us look at the top methods used to gather information about any target. The first one is search engines. Web crawlers can be used to fetch information about anything, and this includes information about companies, persons, and services. Second is social networks. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and other social networks are great source of information to build a profile, especially when targeting individuals. Next is domain names. These are registered by organizations, governments, public and private agencies and people. Therefore, they are a great starting point when you want to investigate someone. Personal information, associated domains, projects, services, and technologies can be found by inspecting domain name information. Next one is social engineering. This includes in-person chat, phone conversations, and email spoofing attacks. What all these methods have in common is the psychology of human weakness needed to get maximum data about the target. Next one is internet servers. Authoritative DNS servers are a great source of information as they often include every single surface point exposed to the internet. which means a direct link to related services such as HTTP, email, etc. So all these techniques are really very useful when combined with enterprise security tools. Keep reading to discover how to maximize your information gathering results by using some really cool InfoSec utilities. Next topic is information gathering tools. There are a lot of tools to discuss when talking about information gathering, including one particular software we cannot avoid mentioning here, that's Kali Linux. It is one of the most popular cyber security tool around us. Creating a full list of all the information gathering tools available is not possible here. So we will discuss some most popular tools that in our experience may help you during your information gathering process. There are a number of tools who is Traceroute, Netcraft, Internet Archive of Websites, DNS Enumeration, Dimitri. We will discuss each tool one by one. Okay. Start with Kali Linux. When we comes to information gathering, Kali Linux includes one of the biggest collections ever. Here, a lot of utilities will help you to get all the valuable data you need during your information security investigations. As you can see here, in application section, information gathering application contains a number of tools like Dimitri, DNMap client, DNMap server, Meltigo, NetDiscover, Nmap, ZenMap, Sparta, and so on. You can use these tools for information gathering. Some of the tools we will discuss in coming slides. Okay, let's start with one of the very common tool which we use for information gathering is Whois-Lookup. Actually, Whois-Lookup is a command that is used to find the owners of internet resources. For example, a domain, a server, an IP address. In this, we are not actually hacking. We are just retrieving information from a database about owners of a stuff on the internet. For example, if we wanted to register domain name like andy.com, we have to supply information about the person who is signing in like address, and then the domain name will be stored in our name and people will see that Andy owns the domain name. That is all we are going to do. The whois command is a great source of data for fetching domain and IP related information, including tech and admin names, telephones, email addresses, country names, DNS servers, etc. You can see in this screenshot, I am using Whois-Lookup. If we Google Whois-Lookup, we will see a lot of websites providing the services. So we are going to use whois.domaintools.com. You can see in the browser and enter our target domain name. Here I'm using cyberpreserve.com and press search button as shown in the following screenshot. Okay. Now you can see in this screenshot a lot of information we get here. A whole domain profile like registrant organization, registrant country, US, registrar, URL with email ID, and also phone number is there. Registrar status. We can also see when the domain name was created. It was created on 15th February 2020. When will it expires? When it was last updated? And here also name servers are also there. And even the address is also there, and email addresses you can also see here. The previous screenshot is continuing here. Here you can see IP address, IP location, domain status, IP history, registrar history, and even hosting history. So here you are seeing lots of information about a domain name cyberpreserve.com. One thing I would like to mention here. Here you are seeing IP address of cyberpreserve.com 162.241.169.16. If we ping the IP, we should get the same IP address as mentioned in the following screenshot, which I will show you in next slide. So you can see here, if we run ping www.cyberpreserve.com, the same IP address will be returned as you can see here. The address of cyberpreserve.com is 162.241.169.16, and this ping command we already discussed in the IP addresses lecture. Okay, so these are basic information, but it is very helpful in the long run just to know what their IP is, whatever our target is, and what services they are using. We can see the name server that is being used, and we can also see which company they are provided by. Next is traceroute. Already discussed traceroute in IP addresses. Again discuss traceroute here. The traceroute command is a command prompt command which is used to get network packet being sent and received and the number of hops required for that packet to reach to target. It provides several details about the path that a packet takes from the source to the specified destination. The traceroute command is available for the command prompt in all Windows operating system. In Windows, I type the command tracer www.google.com and press enter. It shows tracing route to www.google.com is maximum of 30 hops. Means TTL field contains maximum size is 30. So if it will not reach to destination in 30 hops, the packet will discarded. But you can again see here, it traced the route only in 10 hops. And one more interesting and important thing is seeing here, every hop it is showing the IP address of the intermediate nodes. Some addresses I hide here because that addresses are of my internal network. Okay. Next tool is Netcraft. Actually, Netcraft is an internet monitoring company that monitors uptimes and provides server operating system detection. Netcraft has an online search tool that allows users to query its databases for host information. The online search tool allows for wildcard searches, which means that a user can input a keyword like Facebook and the results returned will display all domains that may have the word Facebook in them. To take this a step further, a user can select the site report link, which will return valuable information like IP address, name servers, reverse DNS, NetBlock owner, DNS admin, and domain registry. This is Netcraft tool. You can see in this screenshot, I type the domain name facebook.com in the search box and click search. It will give you all the domain names which contain the given keyword. Now here, you select the site report link which will return valuable information like IP address, name servers, reverse DNS, NetBlock owner, DNS admin, domain registry, and so on. Look here, it gives you site report for http www.facebook.com. You can see here in this slide, it is not very clear, but you can see it gives information about site. Site name is www.facebook.com. Next is NetBlock owner. It is Facebook. Domain name is facebook.com. Name server is a.ns.facebook.com. Next is IP address, which is 157.240.1.35. Next is DNS admin, dns@facebook.com, and it also shows IPv6 address. Next is reverse DNS. Next information is domain registrar is registrarsafe.com. Name server organization is whois.registrarsafe.com. Organization name is there with address. Hosting company name is Facebook. Top level domain is commercialentities.com. And lots of things you can explore by yourself here. Okay. Now comes to history of website. If you want to know the history of any website, type www.archive.org on browser. Now type the website name here. As I typed here facebook.com, it will show you details of history of website. Now you can see here this domain started in December 1998. There is only update that is on December 12. If you want to see the website on that particular date, just click the year. It will present you a calendar of that year. And after that, on whatever date you want to see the application, just click on it. It will show you how the application looked on that date. Here, I clicked on 25th April 2006. Now you can see here how Facebook looked in April 25, 2006. So using this, you can get information about any web application in any previous date. Okay. Next comes to DNS enumeration. DNS enumeration is the process of locating all the DNS servers and their corresponding records for an organization. DNS enumeration will yield usernames, computer names, and IP addresses of potential target systems. The list of DNS records provides an overview of type of resource records stored in the zone files of the domain name system. The DNS implements a distributed, hierarchical, and redundant database for information associated with internet domain names and addresses. We can interact with DNS server using DNS client such as host and DNS lookup tool. Information such as IP address, server name, and often even functionality is discovered by using DNS enumeration. So start using tool host for DNS enumeration. Open the terminal in Kali Linux and at command prompt type the command host-t ns for name servers and then domain name. Here I am using google.com. Now we get all the name servers with the domain name google.com, as you can see here. First name server is ns1.google.com, next is ns3.google.com, next is ns2.google.com, and the next is ns4.google.com. Now in this slide, I'm going to search for mail exchange server. So for mail exchange server, type the command host-t mx for mail exchange server and then the domain name google.com. Now you can see here google.com mail is handled by 10 aspmx.l.google.com. Next one is aspmx.l.google.com, and so on. Numbers of mail exchange servers are using here. Got it? Next come to Dimitri. What is Dimitri? Dimitri, or Deep Magic information gathering tool, is a command line utility included in Kali Linux, as I already showed you. It is designed to allow a user to collect public information about a target host. It can be used to gather a number of valuable pieces of information like the whois details of a target host. This will provide information about a registered domain such as the name, address, and contact information of the person who registered it. Next is the netgraph data for a target host. This can include details such as the operating system, web server release, and uptime information of a web host. Next is a subdomain search of a target, which will locate any subdomains that exist on the main domain. You can also find here a TCP scan of the target to reveal any open ports and services running on the server, and a search of email addresses that exist on the domain. Actually, Dimitri is a great for revealing information that exists through search engines about the owner and the host of a web page. This information can be really valuable for social engineering attacks, as it provides the attacker with potential point of contact. It can also help the attacker seems more credible if they are able to give information about the web page or domain that the owner is using. Now, how do you use Dimitri? Open the terminal in Kali Linux and type Dimitri. It will give you a number of options that are available in Dimitri, like -o. It allows the user to specify a location to write the output of the application. If this parameter is not specified, the output is written to the command line window. This parameter must be the last one given and must be followed by a file path. Second option is -i. It performs a whois lookup on the IP address of the target. Use this option when you want to do a whois lookup and want to use the IP instead of a domain name. Next option is -w. Performs a whois lookup on the domain name of the host. Use this option when you want to do a whois lookup and want to use the domain name of a target instead of the IP. Next option is -n. It retrieves all available netgraph information for a given target. Next is -s. It does a search for all the subdomains of a target. Next option is -e. It does a search for all emails of a target domain. And next one is perform a TCP port scan of the target. And the last one is perform a TCP port scan on a host showing output reporting filtered ports. Okay, let's start using Dimitri. Again, at the command prompt in the Kali Linux, type the command. As you can see here, Dimitri -w for whois lookup, -o for writing output in a file, and the file name is test1.txt, and then the domain name is google.com. You can see here All the information which you gathered through Whoislookup tool, all the information is here. Domain name is google.com, registry domain ID is there, registrar who is server name is there, registrar URL is there, updated date is here, creation date is here, registry expiration date is here, and many more information you can see in your machine. Now you can see here information is saved in a text file name test1.txt. In this lecture we discussed some of information gathering techniques and tools. Now hope you understand without information gathering you cannot start pen testing. In the next lecture we will talk about how to gather information using scanning of networks. Thank you.